All right. So just doing a quick progress update while I finish up some work here. We last left off making an offer on a deal out in Palm Bay. Still got that offer sent out, waiting for a response on it. He wanted to review it with attorneys and have them take a look at it before he signed it. That whole rigmarole. I do know that there's probably a better way that I could have closed that with the attorneys. I do remember seeing, I don't know if it was RJ Bates or someone, or maybe it was Steve Tring. I played basketball with him, so his sales stuff rubs off. But um, there was something that someone mentioned about how to get around. Well, let my attorney review it, because basically what he's doing right now is his attorney may be reviewing it because I did send it directly to them, but he's probably shopping the deal around to see if he can get a better deal. Um, Looking at the numbers, talking with my friend that lives in Florida, he said that property just wasn't worth it, and we'll kind of see who's right. So we're still going to lock it up, try to dispo it, try to find a buyer for it. Most likely a novation deal, so it's going to be a retail buyer. So I just need to prep the seller for the time that it's going to take for us to close it, and then if we aren't able to get it closed, what the recourse is. So he's prepared for it both ways. Because the worst conversation that I ever had wholesaling a house was a lady that we locked up a deal on her house. We thought we had good numbers. We shopped it out to buyers. We probably had 12 different buyers take a look at it, and we kind of got beat up on price. We got a little bit higher than we wanted. We got a price drop. That number still didn't work for them. We got a price drop again. That number still didn't work for them. So we ended up having to just cancel the contract because the seller got so upset that we had some people come check out the house. And I didn't prepare her for what the expectation was or what it was going to look like, what we needed from her in order to get the house sold. I did tell her that we were going to find another investor to buy the property because it didn't meet the criteria that we were looking for, because I did look into flipping it. But the thing that made this deal difficult was she wanted to sell the lot behind hers, which was adjacent. It was basically adjoining her lot and her house. And in this neighborhood, it's kind of a brand new neighborhood, and it's kind of back to, like, in the Indian reservation, and I believe it's Posiana. And what ended up happening was, because of those two factors wanting them together, it priced the property in a way that it was hard. One, it was hard to comp, but also two, there was new builds being built in the area that were going to be cheaper than hers. So it became really hard to justify what the rehab would be on it, what the actual ARV was going to be on it. We knew that we could probably put another dwelling unit on the back end, and that would increase the value. But then we'd be the top comp in the neighborhood in an area that doesn't really drive or draw in that type of demographic that would want, $600,000 or $700,000 house. We might have just priced ourselves out of the neighborhood by doing that, and there wasn't enough to justify for an investor that, hey, this is going to be a good investment for them. So that one kind of dragged out, and that whole situation kind of sucked because I had to have those conversations of, hey, we're going to cancel the contract. It's not going to work out. So I don't like locking up deals under contract without giving the seller expectations that, hey, we're personally not going to be buying this deal. We're going to shop it around to someone that may want to buy it. And the outcome of that may be, hey, no one wants to buy this deal at this price. So we may have to have a discussion about dropping the price. We may have to have a discussion about discounting it. Luckily, in this situation with this seller, he's not looking to move ASAP. He's kind of on a floating timetable, so he's ready to kind of move whenever, which is nice. But I just want to make sure that I set that expectation with him that we're not going to be the ones that are closing on the deal. We are actually going to find someone that wants to buy the deal and live in it, and they're going to be the ones that are moving into the deal, or moving into the house. So our ability to close on it is going to be based off of our ability to find someone to buy that deal from us. So let me pull this over here. So yeah, that's the update on that one. Partnership update: we are launching PPC for the whole state of Florida. So we're going to start driving some leads for PPC. I'm still in discussions with iSpeed Lead to be a lead partner for this challenge. As you guys know, this is a free challenge that I'm doing. Like, I'm not asking you to pay anything. I'm not really promoting a product or trying to sell anything. I'm really just doing this one, for me to document, my journey from 0 to 50K a month, which I have an update about that. 0 to 50K a month in profit, as a wholesaler, on a side hustle. I work a 9 to 5 job. That's why you only see me either stream at night or early in the morning or during my lunch breaks, because I'm 100% dedicated to the role that I'm at, and it takes a lot of my bandwidth and time to do that role at the highest level. But I also know that I want to invest into real estate, and as well as I get paid in my current job, it's going to take me years in order to get into real estate, at the pace that I'm going right now. So I wanted to build a wholesaling business to create some side income. Are my aspirations lofty? Yes. But I wanted to create a side hustle that I can make 20, 30, 40, $50,000 a month, that I can pour right back into the company that I'm working with, has a fund, has a way for me to passively invest into real estate and get high returns from that money. So basically, I'm going to take that side hustle money, give it back to my employer, and invest that into real estate, because my goal is to build assets, cash flow, tax flow, appreciation, over the long term, to secure my family's financial future, on top of doing what I love, which is marketing, creating content, building the brand with the company, running a marketing team. All that stuff that I do day to day is what I love. So this is just an extension of that. But it also helps me understand, for people that want to get into real estate, which is who we work with in our company, I get to understand what their struggles are, what challenges they ran into on their path to buying real estate or investing in real estate or wholesaling. I become the customer that I'm marketing to, and the best way to market to it is understand those frustrations, what concerns that they have, what issues they ran into, and then I can now take that, flip that, and put that into marketing for the company, which will help us drive better results, from everything that we're doing. So it's kind of all in sync. One of the things that I learned is the things that you want to take on or say yes to, you want to make sure that they are, you're able to sync those things together, meaning the energy flows from one to another, and they are not two separate things where you have to take energy here and direct it there, take energy here and direct it there, because you're always going to be playing this balancing game, and I want them to be integrated, so that way the energy flows from one to another. The insights that I learned from doing the side hustle stuff, I pour that into what I'm doing in the marketing side, and vice versa. I pour those insights back and forth when I'm learning, working with someone that's made millions in real estate, what their mindset is, what their side. So going into that, one of the things that is changing for me, is Stratton Brown has called me out, because we've played basketball a few times. I've gotten the better of him, even though he did play D1 football at Fresno State. I'm a better athlete than he is, and I'm in much better shape. And I'm going to beat him on his own challenge that he started, where he said he was going to do $1 million in net profit in 6 months in a wholesale business. So I'm going to compete with him, and as a competitor, as an athlete, I'm going to do the best that I can to beat him, which I am going to beat him because I'm better than him. But that's besides the point. He does have experience running a wholesale business. He's ran, a 7-figure wholesale business. I have not. It's brand new for me, to get it to that level. So he knows more of what it takes. So may he make, will he make more progress initially? Maybe. But I have better systems. I'm a marketer, and wholesaling is essentially a sales and marketing game. And I have more leverage than he does. So I can move much bigger boulders, move them much faster, much more efficiently with less time. So at the end of the day, even if he does beat me, who really won? I did it in a way that's sustainable, that I can keep it. He may be doing it in a way that he's completely burning himself out. But I'm going to do it in a way that's sustainable, that I can do on top of working a 9 to 5 job, which most of you out there are doing. You're doing wholesaling as a side hustle. You're not doing it as a full-time, because I've talked with a lot of you and I understand. So if I'm able to beat him as a side hustle, that's a testament to the principles that I'll talk about during this challenge. Is going to be, how do I get 100x leverage? How do I get the right systems in place? How do I buy back my time to create a business that doesn't take away from what I'm currently doing, which is I'm happily employed and working, and doing what I love day to day, and running a marketing team and making moves there. So I'm going to write up a couple of more emails, solidifying this partnership with iSpeed to see if there is a partnership that's going to be there. There will be a sponsor for this, so we'll talk more about iSpeed. They'll be providing me lead flow on top of the PPC stuff that we're doing, because ultimately at the end of the day, in order for me to get to my target, I need lead flow. And if iSpeed wants to come in and I can talk about their products because I'm already actively using them, and they're going to provide me with lead flow. Again, we talked about this in a couple of streams back. If you want to go back and watch it, talk about making money from your sawdust. My sawdust in this case is I'm creating content about how to build a business, how to use these specific tools, and iSpeed can benefit from that because I can say, hey, I've been using iSpeed for this. I've used their deal speed platform to dispo my property. Here's what I'm doing. Follow what I'm doing. Click here and get the tools and use the same things that I'm using. Because again, I don't care what software tool you use or what thing you're using. It's my journey to see what the inner workings are of how a business is run, the failures, the successes, the principles that I learned, the connections, why it pays to have a network, why it pays to have leverage, why it pays to have principles. And if you notice, if I go back, a lot of entrepreneurship is just messy. Like it's just taking this path, seeing if it works, going down this path, a new path pops up and taking that path. There's no like do A, do B, do C, do D, do E, and so on and so on. It's, well, I'm going to go try out W and see how that works. That path sucks. Let's go check out T and see how that works. So I'm just kind of zigzagging, and ultimately I have faith that I know that I'm going to get to my end goal, because at the end of the day, it's not really my plan. It's Heavenly Father's plan, and I'm just acting in faith that if I keep moving in directions forward, He will guide my journey. He will put the people, the places, the resources in my path to help me get to where I'm going, as long as I have faith that I'm going to get there and that He is there supporting me. That's an agreement that I'm making with Him moving forward. So we do a double stream on Saturday and just post it on Sunday. So that way it's just scheduled and it's done, or I'll do a double on Monday. So we'll figure out what cadence works there. But keep tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe down below. If you want access to any of the resources, specifically the CRM that I'm using, which is my buddy Ryan Fletcher's ACS machine, which looks like this. ACS machine there. You can go click the link down below, jump in his ACS class, see how you can get started in real estate. Obviously, once we figure out the partnership with iSpeed, I'll start talking more about their stuff. I did in the last stream, I talked about where I bought the leads from, how I bought it from them, so on and so forth. But everything that I'm going to be doing is just down in the link. Make sure you subscribe to YouTube if you want to make sure that you're here for the streams, and then also to the email list, because I will be posting stuff that I don't share here on the stream on the email list, specific lessons, nuggets. If I do have any promotions or opportunities to JV or deals that we're doing together, that's going to be all on my email list. So make sure you go subscribe to the email list link down below, and you'll get access to all that stuff there. So that's it for me today. Appreciate you guys that are tuning in. Make sure you comment down below if you've been following this whole time, which day you started on, and then where you're at in your journey. Are you just getting started? Have you been doing this for a while? Where can I provide you some value? What would be helpful for you to see during these streams? Just comment down below, and I will make sure that I include it the best way that I can.